Hi everyone, my name is Dominique and I'm here today to share with you my Capstone project, which was creating holiday hero care packages. To start off, I found that there is a lack of supplies for overseas military and that we have here in the States. And when doing my research, I came across how many goods in these packages went bad or didn't make it overseas because of the content that was in the packages. And then I dug a little deeper and was able to get in contact with soldiers overseas directly and get a list of things that they needed and that I could send to them instead of care packages going to waste. I chose this project because I think it's something that holds so much value to me personally and to the people in my life. And I just really wanted to help others with this project. And this seemed like a good way to do it. Here are the signs that I made during when I first launched everything out. The one on the left is a detailed description of who I am, why the project's important to me, and how people can help. And then the one on the right is more appealing to the eye and just kind of got our mission, I guess, across to the community after we launched the first one for a few weeks. Like I said, there is a lack of supplies. I did a ton of research and found resources where I came across letters from soldiers with a list of things that they were in need of. My project focuses solely on the needs of the soldiers' request, and my approach was to pick 5 different troops that I wanted to help and specifically fundraise money and not physical donations because I didn't want physical donations to go to waste. So I created a team knowing that I couldn't take this on my own. Our fundraising was specifically through Venmo to keep it separate from my personal account. And then we went through social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat to let the community know what we were doing. I utilized the integrative thinking process because I'm not thinking of just myself, but my stakeholders as well, which was my team and the soldiers. I have articulated opposing models when choosing what problem to approach and actually finding a problem that most people don't see, and came up with many possibilities and was able to narrow it down and basically come up with this project, which was creating care packages for overseas. And I was also able to get differing perspectives on my project from active military, veterans, and civilians on how to approach this project and what would work and what wouldn't work, which really helped me kind of form where to start. Next, under emotional intelligence, I was definitely self-aware of how I was communicating with my team and my audience. I didn't want to make promises to soldiers and what supplies I was giving them because I really didn't know how much money we were going to raise and if we were going to be able to get them everything that they needed. I was aware of the emotions of the soldiers as they went through something tragic over this summer with what happened in Afghanistan. And I could really hear the emotions coming through their letters of just how heartbroken they were and how they were like losing motivation. And a part of these care packages were to really make sure that they see that they're supportive and, you know, kind of give them a little bit of peace of home. And then I'm also very aware that not everyone can donate. I'm kind of in that same boat as a college student. So I really made sure that I communicated what my project was to everyone, but if they couldn't donate, you know, just appreciating those conversations and creating those relationships and being able to share my story as this is kind of unfolded. And they were understanding of that. And a lot of people who couldn't donate actually shared it. Right off the bat, I knew that I wanted my project to help people. And then I came up with the holiday hero care packages. From there, my team and I chose the soldiers. We created a financial goal, researched different ways on how we could reach that goal. And then we were able to buy supplies and from there, create the care packages and send them off. I honestly think that my approach was unique because it's meaningful to me, but also unique in being able to directly connect with these soldiers overseas with the specific supplies that they need. And I actually used Any Soldier to do that, which is a really cool nonprofit. I encourage you to take a look at it. And I originally came upon this project by journaling. And I'm really glad that I picked something that was really meaningful to me and is really helping out these soldiers. My project started out with building on an already existing project, which are care packages. And you can see that nonprofits and friends and family do this for people who are in the military all the time. But what really makes mine different is when I started researching, I saw that there was a common issue on care packages going to waste and their goods never ever making it to them, or by the time they got to them, they were just bad, like candy or perishable foods. And so when I picked my soldiers, I decided to pick off of where they're stationed, what their living conditions were, and what they did and didn't have access to, especially in the pandemic. The process was definitely educational, which is why I decided to specifically fundraise money instead of taking physical donations. But when we ran into the problem of not getting enough money, my team and I sat down and decided that we were going to ask people to write letters or write thank you cards. And we actually had students color some pictures, write some letters for Christmas and thank you letters, which I think was really awesome. And my solution to create care packages met the specific needs of the troops and the goods that they were needing. And I know for sure that they're not being wasted because of the research that I've done and what they were asking for. And my approach is 100% myself and my team fundraising, creating and sending these care packages. And it cuts down the wait times of a nonprofit having to go through a care package. And they're getting the specific supplies that they're requesting instead of just going on Google and looking up what's typically in a care package. If I were to do this different and had a bigger timeline, I would have done this on a much bigger scale, probably would have taken cash or check as an option as well. All in all, my results benefited my stakeholders. They benefited me personally because I feel good about what I'm doing in supporting our military. The troops got the supplies that they needed and that they didn't have necessarily access to, like basic things. A lot of them don't have access to cars, so they can't go to a bigger store to get things like feminine products or razors. A lot of them don't have hydration drinks. And I'm also bringing them a piece of home with some Christmas decorations that we put in there, some of those letters, and just really hoping to boost the morale around bases. And the military community is huge, and I really wanted them to know that they are supported, especially here in the Treasure Valley. We have a huge military support system, and it definitely showed bringing uplifting letters to them and encouragement. And I really can't wait to see hopefully pictures like these on here come back from our units. All in all, this project really had its challenges along the way with fundraising. I've never done something like this before. And finding out that there was a box shortage at the post office. And I grew, I think, as a leader, and I really utilized the integrative thinking process a lot during this time. And my 315 class definitely set me up for success in this. I was also able to see my progress throughout the semester and was aware of what areas I still need to work on more than others. And I believe that there's always a chance for growth. My project had definitely many positive impacts, and I'm grateful for doing it. And I was introduced to a lot of different nonprofits, and I could honestly see myself working in a career field like this in the future, helping veterans or helping military personnel. And these pictures down here that you see are the boxes that we created and some of the shopping that we did. And this was my reference page here I put together because this is where I got a lot of my research done and wanted to make sure that they got the credit that they need. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all enjoyed.